Hi, this is part 2 of the multi-step equations section. Again, I've got my checklists. We always rewrite, we distribute if we're going to distribute, we rearrange, we combine like terms after we've rearranged, constants in the back, remember, variables in front, and then we solve whatever equation we end up with after we've done the first 4 steps. Last example I left on the video last time was an equation with that were all fractions. Again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to clear the denominator using the distributive property. So here we go. Okay, so we have x over 2 plus 2/3 is equal to 5/6. So I'm just going to start by writing it out. So my balance line. I'm going to rewrite. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, I need to figure out exactly what's going on. Well, if I think about it, I have a denominator of 2 and a denominator of 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and look, there's already 6 right here. So I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to do that over here on the side. I know 6 times 1 is already 6, right? 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6. So we know the lowest common denominator is 6. So let's just go ahead and use that. We're going to do exactly what we did last time. I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. So I'm going to put this in parentheses and this in parentheses. I'm going to put a 6 in front. I'm going to use the distributive property to solve this. Well, that means I get 6 times x over 2 plus 6 times 2/3 is equal to 6 times 5/6. Order of operations lets me divide before I have to multiply. So I can take 6 over 2 and that equals 3. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. And 6 divided by 6 is actually just equal to 1. So when I rewrite this, I have 3 times whatever was on top, so x, plus 2 times 2, which is then equal to 1 times 5. I multiply everything out, we get 3x plus 4 is equal to 5. I would rewrite, so that's my equation, 3x plus 4 is equal to 5. Looks like we might run out of space. In fact, I think we are. So on your paper, if you could, just go a little lower than me. Just put this like that. There we go. Creative solutions, right? Our balance line. So what I'm going to add, or actually opposite of adding 4 is just subtracting. So I'm just going to minus 4 from both sides. What the heck? This is a 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. So we have 3x. And then we have 5 minus 4. Well, that's just equal to 1. I'm going to rewrite again. So going a little further down. Opposite multiplying is dividing. So 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. And x is equal to 1/3. Oh my god, x is equal to a fraction. It's okay. Fractions happen. So I'm saying x is equal to 1/3. We're going to do our check. Let's go back up here. Some number divided by 2 plus 2 over 3 is equal to 5 over 6, supposedly. If I'm plugging 1/3 in, a fraction divided by a whole number is just 1/3. Well, divide by 2, turn that into a fraction, right? So really this is going to be 1/3 times 1/2. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 2 is 6. I already know I'm going to have to turn this into a 6, so I'm just going to change this into 4 over 6 already. And sure enough, 5 over 6 is equal to 5 over 6. So we're good. So the answer for the first one is x equals 1/3. Okay? So it's okay if we end up with a fraction as an answer. That's fine. If it's improper and all the multiple choice answers are a mixed number, then we got to change it into a mixed number. Or if all the answers are decimals, we have to change it into a decimal. At that point, if it's a weird number, check and see what the answers are before you start changing it into something else, because you might be done. Number 2. 6 times the difference of x minus 13 minus 4 times x is equal to 26. So let's just go and start. Balance line. First thing, always balance line. I think I'm going to need all my space. I'm going to rewrite x. I'm going to put plus negative 13 minus 4x, or plus negative 4x. 26 ain't going anywhere. Okay. Second step after I rewrite is distribute 6 times x plus 6 times negative 13 plus negative 4x. Well, 6 times x is 6x, plus 6 times 3 is 18. Carry to 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so this is 78. Negative. Positive times a negative is a negative. 26. I'm going to rewrite. Now I've got my two-step equation. Do I need to combine like terms? Yes, because I forgot that negative 4x. So do I need to rearrange? Yep, got to rearrange. 6x in the front plus negative 4x plus negative 78 equals 26. 6x plus negative 4x makes 2x plus negative 78. Don't lose that negative. Okay? A lot of work on these problems, huh? 2x plus negative 78 is equal to positive 26. Okay, so the opposite of negative 27, the opposite of negative 78 is positive 78. I'm going to plus 78 plus 78. Okay, well this is 0, so we just add 2x because of the additive identity. 6 plus 8 is 4, carry to 104. I'm going to rewrite. Okay, 2 times x, the opposite of timesing is dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So x equals 52. That's what I'm saying the answer is. Let's check. 6 times some number minus 13 minus 4 times that same number is equal to 26. I'm going to plug 52 in, and I'm going to check my answer. Parentheses first, 52 minus 13 is, let's see, 9, borrowed a 1, 39. Minus 4 times 52. We'll do both the multiplying parts at the same time. All right, let's multiply. 6 times 9 is, you know what, let's go and just do a longhand over here. 6 times 39, let's see, 4, carry 5. 18 times 5 is 23. So we have 234. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20, so I don't need to do that one. Okay. 234 minus 28. Well, let's check that. I'm just going to do that right here. Got to borrow. 14 minus 8 is 6. 2 comes down, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Hey, look, 26 is equal to 26. Done. So, honest statement, the problem down here for example number 2, this is actually a very common type question, and this is probably the most common question you're going to see when we have to use the properties, when we have to distribute, when we have to combine like terms. This is actually a very common problem. So, really get a handle on this. In fact, let's do one more. We got 14 is equal to 19 minus 5 times the difference, 4 and x. Bounce line. Let's take it downtown. Okay, I'm going to rewrite. Plus negative 5. And that's going to be really important in a minute. Pay attention to why that's important. Plus negative x. Okay. Order of operations, I've done my rewrite. Now I'm going to distribute. 19 doesn't change. It's hanging out. Plus, here we go, negative 5 times 4 plus negative 5 times negative x. I keep the negative with the 5. Both of them get negative 5. Not positive 5, negative 5. If you lose the negative, you will get the wrong answer. $19 plus negative 20, right? Plus negative times a negative is a positive, so just x, 5x. Don't forget that 5. Okay? Let's see. Well, I know I need to rearrange, right? That's the next step. Variable goes in the front, so 5x goes up front, plus 19 plus negative 20, which I'm sure at this point some of you have probably already done it already. You know that this is plus negative 1, right? Now I'm at my now this is a two-step equation now. Solve it just like you normally would. I'm going to rewrite. The opposite of negative 1 is positive 1. Well, this is 0. 5x equals 15. Right? I'm going to rewrite. And I'm going to switch around. I'm the type that I like to have x over there. Okay, opposite of multiplying, or sorry, the inverse of multiplying is dividing. So this equals 1. So x equals 3. Okay? X equals 3. That's what I think the answer is. How do you know for sure? All the way back up to the top. We're going to check our answer. 14 is equal to... By the way, this is why we rewrite. Look, I know what the original question is. If you don't rewrite, you might lose that. And that's a big deal. Minus 5 times 4 minus some number. That number's 3, right? So we're going to see if this all equals 14. 4 minus 3 is, 1. Do I subtract first or multiply? Probably should multiply. We know 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring down to 1. Hey, look. 14 equals 14. So we're good. The answer definitely is x equals 3. A lot of work. These questions do get really, really long, but there's a lot to it, but it really shows whether you know this stuff or not, and that's what this is all about. So that's it for this video. Those are my 3 examples. Look forward to the variables on both sides of the equations. Those ones get really fun. Have a great night.